Hello, this is Chrissy, and welcome to Yogi with the Bujo. I do need to apologize. I'm having a lot of trouble with my tripod, so you may be seeing the string for my headphones, but you know what? Today it is what it is. I'm just happy to be here with you guys. So, today, what I wanted to do was introduce you to how I am bullet journaling in my process. So, I had really intended to have one book. Like I was thinking I can do The Cousin and this will be everything I need. But what I found was that my actual bullet journaling was getting lost in The Cousin. So I ordered and am now completely in love with the original Techo. So I saw something on YouTube the other day, and it was in one of Llama's love letters, in one of her list of planner people to watch. So I don't know who it was to be able to attribute this to, but someone had talked about how to know what size the Hobonichis are. And they talked about taking a standard size of copy paper. And if you folded the paper in half, you would have the size of the Techo. If you folded the paper in half and then half again, you would have the size of the Techo. I'm sorry, the Cousin would be in half. The Techo would be in half and then half again. And to get to the weeks, it was folding the page into thirds. So I thought that was a really nice visual to understand the sizes of the Hobonichis. So let's look at where I am so far in January. So for January, my month view has stayed the same. My eventual plan will be moving the month view into my little bitty guy. So I started it already and I'm moving in to February. I have really exciting plans for my February monthly spread, and thankfully I hadn't touched it at all to this point. So I don't have any whiteout to do. I anticipate this being a really fun, really colorful spread. I'm really excited. So then to plan my week, I start pretty cleanly with the week in The Cousin. So this gives me just a basic overview of the week. The blue is my full-time job. Green is where I teach yoga or have coaching sessions. And then the yellow is time that is mine. Because it's really easy sometimes for me to think I don't have time to do anything for myself. And seeing these time blocks in yellow really show me this is the time I have to work with. So I really like doing this spread. So then, as I talked about, I found that my bullet journaling was getting lost inside of my journaling in My Cousin. So I'm even trying to find, even looking through, I don't see a place. I mean, I had bullet journaling here, and I was really missing the collections and the bullet journaling piece because I was loving the journaling and the doodling that came along with that. So this is where the original, the Hobonichi Techo comes in for me. So I did cover up the days on here because I'm sure as time goes on, it won't seem as annoying to me, but it was a lot of pressure to see the date and to know that I was on a different day. I know that's kind of silly, but that's just sort of where my mind was. So to let you know what a typical day looks like for me. So when I start my morning, I have prompts that I work through. And I have them listed here in my Techo. So I have a variety of ways to decide what I want to journal about that day. I have this list from List Journaling, an article that I read sometime in November, and I wrote it down without giving the attribution. I apologize. If I continue to use this, I'll make sure I find it. And then Anna of Curvy Yoga mentioned ways to look at her word for the year. My friend Dion, who is Goddess Tea House reading something on Instagram, YouTube, I'll link her below. She talked about casting spells using the phrase I am and then making a list of things you intend to be. And then I found a mood check list that I haven't used yet, but it's here for if I decide to do that. So I have this spread in my Techo that I use to journal through the morning. So yesterday, and then I worked through good care is my word for the year. I journaled through ways to approach that with my heart, with my home, with my mind. It's terrible chicken. With my body. And then I did my tarot reading. I pulled my card for the morning. So once I do all of this, I take my intentions for the day. I take what is on my calendar for the week. And from there, I create my daily bullet journal list. So for today, I had a life coaching session this morning. I've done that. I taught beginners yoga this afternoon. I have one session left to go today. I made a grocery list. I obviously was very serious about the grocery list and the laundry because I put it on here twice. I messaged friends of mine about some classes. I checked on the car payment. So it is 20 after 5 on a Sunday. And so far, what I have left is a life coaching session, to work on some laundry, to clean the bathroom, to post on social media, and to check in with my life coaching clients. So all of that came from what I know I do on a daily basis, what I knew in my head that I needed to do today, and my intentions from my morning journaling and my schedule from my week. So I am using the little Techo as my everyday carry. So I'll just give you a little tour of it so far. Again, I've only had it not even a week yet, so I'm still figuring out all of the ins and outs. But this is where I intend to hold what a bullet journal would typically hold: my daily list and my collections. So I have my monthly spread, and then I start with my dailies, my bullet list for last Wednesday, last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm considering doing yoga classes on Facebook, so I have some ideas on that here. I have my journal options on these 2 pages. And then I had our weekly menu / grocery list to give my husband for him to go to Trader Joe's this afternoon, which he did, thankfully. And then I just have a couple of other colored pencil watercolors going through the book. So yeah, that's how I'm using the 2. The cousin is primarily where I keep my long-term plans, I keep my weekly, and then I journal on the daily spreads. And then I use the Techo as the catch-all for the actual daily bullet journals, and I carry this with me. So I'm really enjoying the way I'm allowing these 2 to interact so far. I have found that by far my favorite pen with these are the Pigma Micron 01. So the finest that you get in the 3-pack. I really like how clean they write and how they don't bleed. I have such a problem getting the pen through both of the pen loops of the cousin, but there it is. So I'm sure I'll show you more as I go along. I look forward to doing my the monthly review at the end of the month, and I'm hoping to get a plan with me in at some point, showing you setting up the weeklies and how I highlight my days on the weeklies. So if there's any questions you have, I would love to talk you through them. Thanks for coming by. Feel free to subscribe if you like my content here. Give me a like, and I'll see you soon.